Hello everyone, welcome to Tathastu. My name is Khushboo and in this class we are going to cover multiple number of topics through current affairs MCQs. Let's get started with today's class. But before that, a little bit of information for all of you. Now we are going to have our classes only in English, not in Hindi. हिंदी के जो MCQs होते थे, अब उसके लिए आपको हिंदी चैनल पे देखना होगा. Okay? चलिए. So let's get started with the classes, our class. But the very first thing is that the freedom batch, which was supposed to start from 15th of August, because of the demand and all, we have extended the time till 20th of August. So you can definitely enroll in these in our classes, any of these classes, BA, MA, or diploma plus UPSC preparation or only UPSC preparation. You can take admission in any of these, or you can take in admission in the NCERT batch also. We are running other courses as well, like that of the MSLV, PSLV. You can join in those courses as well. Let's get started with the very first question of the day, and the question is, consider the following statements about Nandakini River. Nandakini River. The very first statement says that a river that contributes to Ganga. Second statement is passing through Nanda Devi National Park and Valley of Flowers National Park. This water course actually passes through all these. Now the third one is constructed by Adi Shankaracharya. The Nandaprayag temple honors Lord Shiva and stands along the Nandakini river. So you have to find out that how many of these statements given above are correct. So here the answer of this question is answer C, option C, that is all the statements given above are correct related to Nandakini river. Nandakini stands as one of the Ganges rivers, and this is one of the 5 primary tributaries of the Ganga river. Its sources lies beneath Nanda Ghunti's glaciers within the Nanda Devi sanctuary, and the river unites with Alaknanda at Nandaprayag. It unites at the confluence point of these two rivers, that is the Nandakini and the Alaknanda, is at Nandaprayag, and a revered confluence on the Alaknanda. This is the one. Now let's move on to the next question over here. Consider the following statements about plague. The very first statement is that plague, a contagious illness, is brought about by a distinct bacterium known as Yersinia pestis. Second is Yersinia pestis can impact both humans and animals and is primarily transmitted by fleas. You have to find out which of these are the correct one. So the answer is option C, that is both the statements are correct over here. The plague, it is an infectious ailment, which is being triggered by a specific bacterium termed as the Yersinia pestis. This pestis can impact both humans and that of the animals, and primarily it is primarily being transmitted through the fleas only. It was in news because of China. China's Inner Mongolia reports 2 cases of bubonic plague. Now, the other plague varieties, if you talk about the other plague varieties, the further kind is that of the septicemic plague emerging from the systematic infection, and pneumonic plague occurs when the lungs are afflicted. Now the bubonic plague, little bit of information related to the bubonic plague over here. The indicators are the sudden high fever and that of the chills you get if you are having this thing. Then the aches in the abdominal, arms, and that of the leg regions. Headaches, severe headache will be there. Then enlarged pus leaking lumps in the lymph node can also be seen. These are the symptoms which you will be finding if you are having the bubonic plague, if anyone is having this thing. How it is being transmitted? So the this particular plague, it actually transmitted through the fleas. So fleas hosted by the rodents and other creatures serve as primary carriers of this, and this transmission actually happens via flea bites, direct tissue contact, and inhalation of the infected respiratory droplets. If you are doing that, then you will be infected. It exemplifies a zoonotic disease transferring between animals and that of the humans as well. Now, let's move on to the next question, question number 3. That is, with reference to retail inflation, consider the following statements. The very first statement says, it pertains to the pace at which the costs of items and services purchased by individuals for personal consumption rise gradually. Second statement is, elevated inflation rates can lead to a reduction in the cost of nation's exports, potentially enhancing its global competitiveness. So you have to find out that which of these options could be correct related to the answer, related to this question. Answer is option A. It means that only one is the correct statement over here. Retail inflation surges to 7.44% in July. Now, this CPI varieties here, there are different kinds of CPIs over here. CPI for the industrial workers is being calculated, that is the IW, then the agricultural laborer, CPI for agricultural laborer, CPI for rural laborers, and that of the CPI for urban non-manual employees. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next question over here. With reference to gallantry awards, consider the following statements. The very first statement is, the hierarchy of these honors is as follows. Like the very first one is the Kirti Chakra, then Paramveer Chakra, then Ashoka Chakra, then comes Mahavir Chakra, Veer Chakra, and then the Shaurya Chakra. This is the hierarchy which is being which I have just read. Now, the second statement says, the accolades for bravery are declared biannually, once during Republic Day, and again the second time when it is being done, it is done during the Independence Day. You have to find out the correct answer over here. Option over here, the answer of this is option B, that is the second one is only correct because it is being done, yes, it is being done twice on yearly basis. One is on the Republic Day and the another one is on the Independence Day. The inception of these gallantry awards, how this was actually done after the independence, when we got the independence on 15th of August 1947. So after that only these gallantry awards were inducted. The Indian government introduced the first 3 gallantry awards, and the very first one is the Paramveer Chakra, that is the PVC. It is the highest one. Then comes the Mahavir Chakra and then Veer Chakra, and it was done on the 26th of January 1950. Then these awards were regarded as the operational from the 15th of August 1947, marking the country's Independence Day. Here you can see the gallantry awards. President approves 4 Kirti Chakras, Chakra, then 11 Shaurya Chakras for the armed forces and CAPF personnel. Later on, additional gallantry awards were also added, wherein the Ashok Chakra class 1, Ashok Chakra class 2 and Ashok Chakra class 3 were added. Then the renaming of the awards also happened. Ashok Chakra came to be known as the Kirti Chakra, then Ashok Chakra class 1 came to class 1 and class 2. It was turned into Ashok Chakra and the Shaurya Chakra. Hierarchy of this is like this. The very first one comes the Paramveer Chakra, then comes Ashok Chakra, then comes Mahavir Chakra, then Kirti Chakra, then Veer Chakra, and the last one is the Shaurya Chakra. Getting these in itself is a huge honor. Apna जीवन सफल करना, that is done if you are having this thing. It's a big deal. Question number 5 is, recently the Prime Minister revealed plans to introduce the Vishwakarma Yojana in his Independence Day address. The scheme's objective is to, the very first option is to benefit individuals skilled in traditional craftsmanship. Second one is with the purpose of extending interest subvention for credit to the MSME sector. Third option is with the goal of advancing organic farming at the block level, and the fourth one is with the aim of fostering religious tourism. So these are the four options. You have to find out that which one is correct related to the Vishwakarma Yojana. So here the answer is option A over here. So on this, the recently, that was the yesterday only, on 15th of August 2023, that is the 77th Independence Day, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, he actually made this announcement through the Red Fort only, and he launched Vishwakarma Yojana. The Prime Minister unveiled this particular program, this Yojana. The scheme's launch coincides with the Vishwakarma Jayanti, and it signifies a deliberate alignment with this particular occasion. Here the beneficiaries, who are going to be the beneficiary? So here the beneficiaries will be the traditional craftspersons. The scheme is designed to provide advantages to the individuals possessing expertise in the age-old artisanal skills. So which we actually call as the dharohar. So जो हमारी धरोहर होगी, so those people who are having those kind of skills which they have acquired from their ancestors only. So those kind of things here, though those will be the people who will be who can take advantage of this particular program. Emphasis is particularly placed on benefiting those from the OBC community over here. Now, the next question. Question number 6. Consider the following statements with reference to the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. The very first statement says this is the globe's most extensive health insurance or assurance program entirely funded by the government. Second is it offers coverage of 5 lakh rupees annually to each family, catering to hospitalization for secondary and tertiary care in both public and private hospitals sanctioned by the government in India. Third is within this initiative there are no limitations on family size, age or gender. You have to find out that which of these options are these options are actually correct. So select your correct code. Answer is option D. That is all of these are correct over here related to this particular statement, related to this particular program, that is the Yojana PMJ. So Ayushman Bharat PMJ stands as the world's largest health insurance initiative, or you can call the scheme. This is the largest one in the world. Its scope spans over 12 crore impoverished and at-risk families, translating to around 55 crore beneficiaries, which is really very huge, and this encompasses the lowest 40% of Indian populace. It was launched in 2018 and the scheme has been implemented in both and as well as that of the urban areas. Now here the next question. Consider the following statements with respect to the National Syllabus and Teaching Learning Material Committee, that is NSTC. This independent organization offers guidance to both central and state governments regarding policies and initiatives aimed at enhancing school education. The second one is the panel is tasked with creating educational materials for students in grades 3 through 12. Select the correct code over here. So here the answer of this question is option B, that is the second statement is only correct. NCERT's initiative, the initiative has this NCERT has actually established a 19-member panel for the purpose of revising our textbooks, wherein a lot of things will be eliminated and a lot of things will be added over here. This committee is entrusted with the task of crafting fresh educational materials spanning that from grade 3 to that of the 12, following the guidelines of the National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020. The committee designation, how this designation is, it all looks like. The panel, as identified in an internal communication within the Ministry of Education, is officially termed the National Syllabus and Teaching Learning this committee has been actually named as this. The committee who will be looking after this this syllabus and the teaching learning material as well. Okay, now let's move on to the next question over here. That is the last question of the day. With reference to Indian flying fox bat, consider the following statements. The very first statement is this type of flying fox is indigenous to the Indian subcontinent. Second is its classification on the IUCN red list is that of an endangered species. Now you have to choose the correct code over here. The answer of this question is option A, that is the one statement. The first statement is only correct, second statement is wrong over here. Why are cities bats are most misunderstood? This question has been framed on this particular topic. Now it holds the classification of being of at least concern, over here under the IUCN red list, and these creatures exhibit the strong social behavior, congregating in extensive roosts containing hundreds of individuals, and these bats are exclusive to the South Central Asia region, which includes even Pakistan and that of the China to that of the Maldives Islands as well. So these are the ones who are extremely social kind of creature. This flying fox species is inherent to the Indian subcontinent and ranks among the world's largest bats. Apart from that, they are the fruit and nectar consuming flying fox. Okay, so they consume fruits and as well as that of the nectar, is often categorized as the nuisance due to its tendency to pilfer orchids, and it holds the role of a vital species, facilitating the dispersion of seeds for numerous tropical plants within the ecosystems. So they are the one who are even carrying the seeds from one place to another place also. So they play really very huge role in our ecosystem as well. Okay, so this was it, are related to our daily current affairs MCQs. I hope you people enjoyed it. This was completely in English. Soon we will be coming up with the Hindi MCQs also on our Hindi Tathastu channel. So see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care and have a great time.